Hi, let's have a talk. All right, shall we? Today's video is gonna be more of a chatty Cathy format, if you don't mind. If you're new here, my name is 𝙂𝙀𝘼𝙍 and I founded Delusion Media because I wanna help content creators make more money. I've been a content creator for almost 3 years now. I've gained a following of around 250,000 people across multiple platforms. And there's something that has been bothering me about the content creation industry that I wanted to do something about. Let's start with some stats, shall we? Did you know that male content creators make 1.88 times more what female content creators make? That makes me want to scream. And that doesn't even take into consideration race, sexuality, ability, neurodivergence, all of the other many factors that can layer on top of someone's identity to historically marginalize their ability to make money. We don't even have that data because this industry is so new and people just aren't collecting that data. But if the traditional jobs numbers tell us anything, it's that people from other marginalized backgrounds are probably making even less than that. And there are some reports that find that male content creators make 49% more than female content creators. That is a much larger gap than in the traditional labor market where men earn about 30% more than white women. So we're talking greater disparity in the content creation industry than in the traditional labor market. And the content creation industry is new. It's Wild West out here. We're all just figuring it out as we go. Brands don't know what they're doing. Content creators don't know what they're doing. We're all figuring it out. And yet, inequalities have been baked so thoroughly into this brand new market that they are even more unequal than in the traditional labor market. And that really fucking bothers me. All right? There's another trend I've noticed that was pointed out to me a couple years ago and that I haven't been able to unsee since. And that is the trend where we call male creators content creators and female creators influencers. And there's a very different connotation between those two terms. Content creator sounds like someone who is an artist, who creates art, who is thoughtful about the output that they are making and is creating content first. Influencer, on the other hand, sounds like someone who's peddling shit. It sounds like someone who is using their following to sell things, but there's not much depth there. That is the connotation that those two phrases have gained. And the fact that we assign content creator to men and influencer to women says a lot. It says a lot, and it's wrong. Women are also creating content. The images that you see, even if they are selling something, that takes time, that takes energy, that takes experience, and they're often of the same quality as what a man could put out. But because it's selling shit, then I guess it's influencery, even though men sell shit too, but they're called content creators, whether it's on YouTube, Instagram, or wherever else. Like when I say the word influencer, what do you picture? I picture a thin Instagram model who's a woman, who's like selling weight loss lollipops and waist trainers like Kim K, you know? Whereas content creator, I think of like a Casey Neistat who's like out there making beautiful film footage. Casey sells shit too, and there's a lot of men on YouTube trying to remake exactly what he's doing. They're also selling shit too. And there's a lot of women making beautiful footage, beautiful content who are selling shit. But they're influencers, but the men are content. You know, like, you see what I'm saying? It's infuriating to me. If it doesn't infuriate you, you might be in the wrong place, okay? And I've also toyed with the idea of like, okay, should we reclaim it? Should we reclaim influencer? Like, yeah, I'm an influencer, so are you. We're all influencers here if we're working with brands to sell things as part of our content creation. We're an influencer, we're a content creator. A lot of times the two phrases can be interchanged and they mean the same thing. Because frankly, it's very difficult to make a living if you're just creating content and you're not creating that content for brands. Let's be real. Because YouTube ad revenue alone is pretty abysmal. If you didn't know that, most influencers and content creators do not rely on YouTube ad revenue by itself. They usually have to work with a brand or launch their own business and peddle that shit instead in order to make a living. Unless you're getting millions of views per video, then yeah, you can make a shit ton of money on YouTube ad revenue. But as a general rule of thumb, what YouTube pays people for the content and the ads placed before the videos and during the videos is small potatoes compared to what they're making by working with brands, launching their own brands and companies, and making money outside of the basic ad revenue. Therefore, to become a content creator full-time, you must use your influence to also sell things. Tends to be the formula. We are all influencers, we are all content creators. Even if you're not selling stuff, if you have any following at all, you have some influence. Even if it's a small group of people, you've got some influence over them, okay? We're all influencers, we're all content creators, okay? Are we clear? All right, let's reclaim it a little bit. Men are influencers, women are influencers, and I apologize for using such gender binary language. That's the data and stats that we have. The reality is, regardless of your gender, if you are making money by selling stuff on the internet, you're an influencer and a content creator. If you're using your following to sell that stuff, you know? You know what I mean? And I guess I just wanted to point that out because it drives home the reason why I started Delusion Media to begin with. First of all, if you're wondering why is it called Delusion Media, what's the opposite of delusion? Realistic. If you're delusional, people are saying, be realistic. I don't want people to be told that their dreams need to be more realistic. I think you should be delusional and shoot for the stars, okay? I'm encouraging everyone who watches here or who goes to delusionmedia.co and signs up for my services to reach for the stars. And I'm here to help you all the way. Be delusional. Delusion Media. Get it? And I made Delusion Media with the specific goal of helping women, other members of the LGBTQ community, bisexual awareness, hey, and people from other marginalized backgrounds start learning to negotiate like a lawyer. I'm a lawyer, if you didn't know that. Asking for what they're worth, knowing how to read brand contracts, and treating their content creation as a business and learning the business of content creation so that you can get on the path to your first or your next $100,000 as a content creator. I want that for you. I want that for me. I think that the more money that we are able to amass as women, as members of the LGBTQ community, and as other historically excluded communities, the more power we will have in this space and the more money brands will have to cough up to us because they'll know that they can't pull the wool over our eyes and pay us less than our straight white male counterparts. And you'll notice that a lot of the brands trying to make a quick buck are always usually women's clothing brands, women's makeup brands that are geared towards women trying to hire female influencers. I don't have the stats on this, but I would be willing to bet that brands try to offer men just product for pay without any cash pay, a hell of a lot less than brands do that to women. I don't have the stats to back that up, but I would like someone to do that study for me because I think that I'm probably right. And the reason why we got here is because there's a huge lack of transparency in the content creation industry because no one knows what anyone else is charging. No one knows how to ask for what they're worth or what they're even worth to begin with. And so the inequalities that exist in society and our preconceived notions of our worth then get baked into the content creation industry, wherein women and minorities tend to undersell themselves, where mediocre white men will overshoot their rate. Not 100% of the time. It is a trend though. That's the only way that men would be able to be making 1.88 times more than women, okay? Because if you've never worked with a brand, the way that it works is they will come to you and say, what are your rates? And if you tell them way below market, they're gonna be like, awesome, we're in. And if you tell them way above market, then you can have a negotiation, you can go from there. And so the only people who really benefit from this lack of transparency are the brands that are interested in saving as much money as possible on their influencer marketing budget, okay? I don't like that for us. I want to do something about it. That's why I created Delusion Media. That's why I wanted to make this rambling video to just talk about these problems that I'm seeing in the content creation space and why I'm passionate about it. And I hope you see that I'm passionate about it and I want to help you make more money, okay? The more money we have, the more power we have, the bigger we'll grow, the more representation from diverse people and backgrounds there will be. Hopefully, the more power and followers and influence and money we get, the more people who look like us can have seats at the table where things are being decided, like the algorithm or how things are chosen, because I know that like Black folks tend to have a harder time even showing up in the algorithm than white folks. And the more power we have, the more of a voice we'll have in those conversations, okay? And I know we could sit and have a talk all day about the shortcomings of capitalism and the ethical dilemma of wanting to make money, blah, blah. Yes, that is a valid conversation. However, my point is we exist in capitalism, whether you like it or not. We gotta play with the cards we've been dealt. And I don't know about you, but I'd much rather have more money than less. and I want to help you there too. So if you're new here, if you're not sure what's going on, Delusion Media is my company. I offer a plethora of resources, no matter your income level. I offer all the knowledge that I can on this YouTube channel, on Instagram, on TikTok. We just launched February 1st, so this is something that's going to continue to grow. If you follow along, I will be giving away everything I know for free in videos like this. If you want more hand-holding, you want more community, you want more time with me face-to-face, more accountability and hand-holding through the process, I have options for you there. I offer ebooks. If you're just getting started on YouTube, I have my Ultimate YouTube Beginner Handbook, which is gonna give you step-by-step guides and prompts to get you from overwhelmed to finally hitting record. I also offer the Content Creator Law Book, which is going to give you a background on the laws that you need to know as a content creator to make sure that you are staying within the law, but also so that you know your rights. I also offer a free monthly newsletter where I've rounded up all of the creator economy, influencer marketing, and platform news that I can find in that month to keep you up to date with what's going on in the influencer marketing industry, because a big part of doing well in this industry is knowing it, understanding it, and knowing what brands are looking for. I am the one who will be the conduit to tell you that information if you so choose. And then if you're looking for community to learn more, to grow, to collaborate, I offer the 100K Club, which is a membership program where every month we'll be doing seminars to increase your education. We'll be doing weekly Q&A sessions with me. You'll be able to collaborate with the other members of the group, and so much more is coming to that group. So if you want that kind of community, because I know that being a content creator, it feels like you are just screaming into a void every single day. Having community is so important. Having collaboration opportunities can really help with your growth. And I really want to foster that sense of community in that 100K Club. So please consider joining over there. Again, the goal of all of this is to increase transparency in the content creation field. There is power in numbers, and so I want us to all come together, learn what we need to learn to be badass marketing geniuses so that brands want to work with us, so that we know how to run a business, how to make a business plan that makes sense, how to ask for what we're worth, and how to increase our income and therefore our power and our seat at the table in the content creation industry. If you're interested in that, everything I just talked about is linked down below. Follow this YouTube channel. Check me out on TikTok and Instagram. There's so many resources that I have for you that I want to give to you based on what I've learned from my personal experience over the last few years and my research into marketing, social media marketing, the influencer economy, the creator economy, etc. I want to share all that with you. So that's my offer on the table to you. I hope that this video has given you something to think about, a little food for thought. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Have you noticed this? What solutions are you looking for to help with your own content creation journey or to create community within the content creator space? I would love to hear from you. Again, I am focused on community creation in this, as well as just sharing knowledge, because knowledge is power too. So please join me. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good day. Bye-bye.